Is this how the Warriors are going to look next season? Hey, do you want to win a PS5 with Madden NFL 21 and NBA 2K21? We'll be announcing the winner December 28th, so be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and watch the video all the way until the end to enter the giveaway. Before we start the video, we want to mention that we're going to be sharing some very exclusive information, so make sure you guys watch the video all the way until the end because we have just found where Devin Booker will be finishing off the rest of his NBA career. A Devin Booker trade out by the Phoenix Suns has been talked about for years now. Pairing him with Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson would immediately build another elite big three ahead of the 2020-21 NBA season. The Warriors are coming off one of the most dominant 5-year stretches in NBA history. They made 5 straight NBA Finals, won 3 championships, and set a new single-season record with 73 wins. Following their 73-9 season, Golden State signed Kevin Durant in free agency, so it is clear that they like to make big moves and pair superstars. After finishing with the NBA's worst record this season, the Warriors landed the number 2 pick. Steph Curry and Klay Thompson were both out with injuries. Moving forward, this puts them in an incredible spot. The Warriors can pick one of the best players in the 2020 NBA draft. If they want to trade, there's value to be capitalized on. It will be a helpful tool to bolster the supporting cast around Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson. This move with the Phoenix Suns featuring Devin Booker will be the ultimate trade that makes the Warriors the biggest threat in the NBA, dethroning the Lakers. The Golden State Warriors are projected to be among the biggest contenders for the title next season. With Steph Curry and Klay Thompson slated to return, their star-studded core will keep them competitive, even in the uber-talented Western Conference. But the Dubs have never been a team known to stay stagnant in the offseason. Considering all the assets they currently possess, it makes sense that they try to strike a deal for the sake of improving the roster even further. This time, the Warriors will actually be having some type of competition in the West. With the Lakers pairing up 2 top 5 players in the NBA today, the Warriors must keep that in mind going into this offseason. They're going to be going up against one of the greatest, if not the greatest, NBA player of all time and one of the best big men in the league that is arguably in his prime. Do you think they can stop that kind of talent drafting some rookie? Obviously not. The Warriors are smart enough to trade their draft pick. No rookie can prepare themselves to play against a team like the Lakers, and I'm sure the Warriors understand that. They could barely put up with LeBron for the last 5 years or so. So what did they do? Signed KD in free agency. Keep in mind that LeBron had literally no other superstars on his team at the time, nor decent players to be honest. So with the new addition of AD and this stacked Lakers roster, the Warriors know how difficult it will be to get to the finals this year. Now make sure you guys continue watching because I'm going to be going into the ultimate reason as to why the Warriors are going to be trying their hardest to trade for Devin Booker. Now I already know what you're thinking. Why would the Warriors draft another guard? We need big men to guard against players like AD and JaVale McGee. Well, the Warriors have surprisingly worked well without a star center in the starting lineup leading up to this point, so to say it's mandatory to include a star center is far from what they really need. The Warriors are one of the best offensive teams in the league. If you look at the numbers, the Warriors are not a good defensive team at all, and you're probably asking yourself, well, if they're not a good defensive team, why have they been winning so much these past years? I'll tell you exactly why. The Warriors always outshoot their opponent. No matter if it's a home game, away game, in the playoffs, or in the finals, they always outshoot their opponent. And obviously, you know, it makes sense. They have 2 of the greatest shooters of all time on one team. So with that being said, having the new addition of Devin Booker will only make the Warriors 10 times better offensively. Not saying Devin Booker is Kevin Durant, but this would be arguably another super team. The Suns guard is one of the best young stars in the league who averaged over 26 points per game last season. His shot-creating ability, along with the shooting talents of Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, will create an insanely powerful trio. But the real question is, can they pull it off? Obviously, the Warriors would love to have Booker on the team, but can the Suns get better assets anywhere else? Booker might really be unhappy in Phoenix, meaning it's only a matter of time until he either requests out or packs his bags in free agency. Should the Suns act on that possibility now? If they don't, and it ends up that they are forced to trade him later, they could end up regretting not making a move now. Consider this. Phoenix gives up Booker for Andrew Wiggins, Eric Paschall, and the number 2 pick in the upcoming draft. It sounds a bit underwhelming for the Suns at first, but those feelings can be offset when you realize both Wiggins and Paschall have been selected to all rookie teams. Both are also under 25, meaning neither has reached their peak. Those young studs, along with the number 2 pick, gives Phoenix 3 solid players for the price of one supposedly unhappy star. Most importantly, the Suns get more time to convince their players a long-term future with a team that can result in championships. They would no longer be bound by the threat of Booker's looming departure. With a stockpile of picks and young stars, Phoenix could become a legitimate threat in the next few years, and might have a shot to finally end their long and brutal streak of missed playoff appearances. Steph, Klay, and Draymond are on the wrong side of 30, meaning they are all likely closer to the end of their career than the beginning. With no telling how long they'll have before Father Time takes its toll, the Dubs can't afford to be conservative with their assets. So while the Golden State Warriors have enough right now to stay competitive in the West, they might need a little more if they really want to recreate the success they've had in years past. Getting Booker, even in exchange for some security in the future, might be worth it if it means the chance to compete for titles over the next 3 to 5 seasons. An offense with 3 primetime shooters and scorers like Booker, Steph, and Klay would be literally impossible to stop, and it's hard not to think that at least a few championships would follow. It's now or never for this team, and there's no reason for them not to bet on the now, especially when the option is there to create an offensive juggernaut like nothing we've ever seen before. Now make sure you guys continue watching because I'm going to be going into detail and exclusive information on how this trade will definitely happen and why it makes sense. An alternate trade scenario, if the first one we mentioned doesn't work out, would include Andrew Wiggins, their 2020 first round number 2 pick, their 2021 first round pick, and their 2023 first round pick. The Golden State Warriors are a win-now team. After their 1 year decimated by injuries, they will be back near the top of the Western Conference. If they want to continue to compete for championships, adding Booker would go a long way. In this trade, the Warriors would send Andrew Wiggins to the Phoenix Suns. He has been moved around a lot over the course of his career, and that is because he has yet to find consistency in this game. Also, the Suns would add one of the best players in the draft at number 2 while compiling future picks. Something has to be done in Phoenix. If they feel like sending Booker away for a huge return is right, then it will happen soon. Now, it's pretty obvious how this trade benefits the Warriors. The Golden State Warriors could get one of the best scorers in the league. They do not necessarily need that second overall selection. They are getting the best players back and still have Draymond Green. After winning 73 games, the Warriors did not need Kevin Durant, but why not add him? The rich keep getting richer. Booker is far better than Wiggins, and the number 2 pick is a great trade piece for the Warriors. As for the future picks, they would not mean much considering they would be near the very bottom of the first round. Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, and Devin Booker would take the name Splash Brothers to another level. They would be a dominant backcourt and impossible to defend on the perimeter. What we really want to know is how does this trade benefit the Suns? In the short term, it looks like the Warriors win by a long shot, but in reality, that wouldn't be the case. Yes, trading Devin Booker does not seem like an attractive option for many reasons. He has been in Phoenix for 5 years and is an elite player, but at what point do the Suns move in a different direction? And don't comment below talking about, oh well, they went 8-0 in the bubble, so they have a bright future. Stop the cap. The West is filled with teams like the Lakers, Rockets, Nuggets, Clippers, and many more that include 2 to 3 All-Stars on the team. Devin Booker is the only relevant player on the Suns. That just shows you he doesn't belong there at all. They have been unable to win with Booker for half a decade, and while they showed intriguing signs in the NBA bubble, will they be able to contend in the Western Conference next season? Clearly not. Phoenix has been trying to add a big-name player with Booker, but it has not worked out. Maybe it is time to build draft capital, and it begins with the number 2 pick. This would allow them to land either Anthony Edwards or LaMelo Ball. They already have a big man in DeAndre Ayton. Moving forward, they would have multiple first-round picks and space to sign a free agent. Trading Booker might not make fans happy, but the Suns could be nearing a modified rebuild. This is modified because technically they are in one right now. This would just take them on a different path. Before the bubble game started in Disney World, everyone around the NBA already knew Booker was one of the best scorers in the NBA. The star guard has taken his scoring skills to another level in Orlando and had Phoenix at 8-0 in the NBA restart. However, Draymond Green clearly doesn't believe the Suns are going to have long-term success, so the Warriors forward thinks Devin Booker's best bet is to force his way out of Phoenix and join a contender. Just take a look at this clip. Booker has consistently said he wants to be the guy who turns the Suns organization around. Phoenix hasn't been to the playoffs since 2010. As a friend, Green wants to see Booker showcase his skills on the brightest stage and not for a putrid fan base which has been a walking disaster since the Steve Nash era ended. It's all fun and games till the Warriors include Draymond Green in a trade package for Booker. Drop a like on this video if you enjoyed. I'll catch you guys in the next one.